Hey everybody, I'm Earnhardt Jr. and this is the Dirty 30. The best highlights from all of our podcasts this week. 30 minutes every single Friday. The Dirty 30 coming at you. Let's get right to it. Hey everybody, it's Dale Jr. back again for another episode of the Dale Jr. Download, and here with my co-host TJ Majors on another episode of Dirty Air. How's it going, TJ?
It's going good.
Travis
has a rough. Are you okay on race days?
Travis, Denny was in good shape, right, to win this race.
It was gonna win.
Yep.
Oh God, we're gonna win.
I'm kind of amazed at how the 23, like when Denny's car stops going up the racetrack, there's a car and a half, but the 23 still could not keep it out of the wall because of the way the air works with these two cars.
He could have maybe slowed down more.
I don't know.
Right here, like if he's
his car just like right there, it just takes off.
See, I think he throttled up.
Really?
I think so.
Still, though, I mean, I guess he throttled up thinking he could finish the corner.
I don't have a problem with how Denny did right there, because honestly, the 23 passed the 20 very similarly off of turn 4 the lap before. But my issue with it is this is a mile and a half. The guys behind you, anytime you pull this move, you're pretty much getting passed.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that. Listen, I mean, I don't think Denny went down into 3 knowing exactly how this was going to play out. I think he went down in there. He definitely sent it in there, and
I think he was hoping to clear him.
I think he was too, hoping to either clear him. Maybe he didn't.
That's what he said was he wanted to clear him. If you get in front, then
he's trying to clear up and get in front of him right here. Yeah. But Bubba drove it in there like Bubba should have.
Sure.
And that was a shot of winning. And when two guys go in too deep like that, it's going to be, they're both not coming out the other side, and it cost them both.
Yeah. Well, it gave the win to Chase Elliott.
It's just not a high percentage move, and that's
it's not.
And that I honestly thought Denny.
What's Denny supposed to do?
Right there.
Yeah, of course.
Right there.
No. What's Denny supposed to do on first lap of the race?
Right there, Denny is supposed to race and probably not cost either one of them the victory.
Supposed to race?
So he's supposed to let up?
I would say
don't go for it, Denny.
No, that's not going for it, but he cost both of them the win. Did he not?
He was.
Yes or no? Did he cost both of them the win?
But
who won the race?
But if he doesn't do that,
the third place car.
There's no argument about the way the race played out. There's no argument, TJ, that no one's going to argue with you that he didn't.
Well, he is.
He cost himself and the 23 the win. He did.
Yeah, but that's.
But what's he supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, what is he supposed to do otherwise?
I think you race hard, but not one of you's got to win the race.
You can't tell a race car driver.
I don't know how they. I don't know.
Don't throttle up.
I don't know how else that they're supposed to go through the corner battle, try to win the race, and not bring other guys into it. I just don't.
Denny could have drove in harder and tried to clear him more, or he could have entered. He could have not dove down to the bottom and try to turn the center off. But one of them win.
Yeah.
Right there, neither one of you win. And what you really did was put the guy that nobody wants in the playoffs back in the playoffs.
I agree.
Would you rather race Bubba Wallace or Joey Logano now? That's I'm at. Who do you want to race?
Well, yes. In hindsight, and me not in the car, of course I'd rather. Denny
knows who
the race car drivers. Dale, are you at that moment? Are you thinking, well, if I let Bubba win, Logano's going to be minus 13? But if I
but he has no play but to say that. If he goes in there and says, "Oh yeah, well I just met," then he ain't going to say,
You're a race car driver going for your 60th win, punching your ticket to the round of 8, and you're saying, well, you know what? Let me think about the implications here. I'm going to ease up.
Maybe I should cost both of us the win. Yeah, that's a good idea.
No, he's not thinking that. He's thinking if I can make this move, I win.
When has that ever worked?
We see these things happen all the time.
Yeah, the third place guy win. You're right.
I like Denny going for it. I think he could have done it differently to not let
the 9 win.
Someone else win.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I like Denny going. I like Denny going for it. I like Denny going for it, but I think he just sent it a little bit too hard. You can't putting the 23 in the wall. Even though Denny gave him a car length and a half, Denny knows how the arrow works. I don't know truly if the 23 getting into the wall is all Denny or a little bit of both of them being, I think Bubba's gets to that point and goes, we're and probably maybe he does hammer the gas. I don't know, but
there's a way they come off the corner and race to the line still.
Absolutely, TJ. Yes. I agree
Chris Buescher, Kyle Larson.
I agree with you. I think that in the moment, it was maybe hard for Denny to admit, but I bet you Thursday or Friday or even Sunday morning at the Roval? Would he privately trade you a 23 victory for the the obvious end result here? I think he would.
No, of course.
Yeah. I mean,
but that's not how sports works.
Yeah.
I mean, I like him going for it.
I like him going for it, man, but I think he could have done it a little differently and still been able to get out of the car and look at his crew and go, hey, I went for it without wrecking both of us. I went for it without taking either. I went for it, yet still gave us and the 23 or the 23 a shot and not letting a Chevrolet go through and win the race.
And so I think some drivers would have done that, but is that how Denny races?
A week ago, he was preaching like big picture racing and being smart. This is the opposite of that.
No. That's not the same as last week.
Last week they were battling for 11th. This was for a win. There's a little bit
stage 2 or whatever
different.
It was.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. Listen, this ain't the end of the world. It's a teaching moment. It's also
it really doesn't change anything for Denny.
It doesn't, and it's also a really big, a really great freaking finish for NASCAR. A big dramatic finish for NASCAR.
It also makes Denny's Roval race a whole lot easier. He would have been like plus 24 had Bubba won. Now he's plus 48.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't think it changes Denny's Roval race. I think he's going to be fine with that anyway.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I
think we should applaud this.
No, I can't applaud it.
Good Lord.
I can't applaud it.
Why?
He could have drove backwards around the track and you would applaud it.
You don't want hard racing at the end?
Not like that. Not with your
not with
the car you own.
Not with a guy you have to sit in meetings with.
If I was out there and drove down the corner and put one of my guys in the wall, how many fires would I be putting out today?
Well, if you've already set the expectations that we're going to race as if we're competitors,
they already know everybody's going to race as their competitors. I'm just saying this is a little bit too much, and
there's a lot on the line here now. And it didn't work out. If Denny wins this race, great move, but he didn't.
Yeah.
It caused more.
It's not the end of the world. It just, I think he could have done it differently, and one of the two cars win the race. And
if he lets up and Bubba, if Bubba wins,
he doesn't have to let up. He doesn't have to fall in line where you're getting too aggressive here. He can drive. Why didn't he not go to the bottom? Right? Why did he drive into the corner and up the track and just totally taking away the 23's line, right? He had other ways to approach the corner. Not that they would have worked. I mean, the likelihood of him completing the pass is not that high. So, yes, he took the aggressive approach because he knew how low the percentage of the pass was, right? And so, I just think that Denny's personality and his approach and his ownership technique and everything, he'll say, hey, this is if you're gonna drive my cars, this is how I do business. And will he do this every time? No, but this could in these situations, racing for a championship and so forth, this is what I'm gonna do, what I'm willing to do, and that's his prerogative. That's his choice.
Don't be mad.
It's not the way I would have done it, but
don't be mad when they race you that way back.
I'm not sitting there with 59 Cup wins either.
Hey guys, welcome to Action's Detrimental post Kansas Speedway second race in the round of 12.
All right, now that we're warmed up,
let's give the people what they want.
Yeah, let's get into the Cup race yesterday.
I can tell you this, Trav, though, if they're wanting an apology, they can turn off now. Okay?
I love it. I had told the same thing on Twitter. People coming at me. I was ready for war yesterday.
I bet you did. I didn't look at your timeline, but how was it?
People coming at me, blaming you, and I'm like, as folks, if you looking for me to come at Denny, don't hold your breath.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get in it.
Well, why is there no apology or
because
anything like that?
Because I'm racing for the win, and I definitely won't apologize for racing for the win.
That's why it's dumb. I think people are saying you're the owner. I'm like, well, if
No. On Sunday, I am the driver. The person in the 11 car is the driver. That's where the disconnect, I think, comes from, is that people expect me to be a different person. They expect me to be the guy with a 2311 shirt on when I'm in the 11 car, and that's just not possible. It's not possible.
Yeah, like what's that say to Joe Gibbs if he's seeing that? Like you're racing for him.
I have zero doubts in my mind. I know because I know where my mind was in that moment, is that I was racing the 23 the same as I would race anybody in that moment. Truthfully, I would race my teammates the same way.
I believe that. But was there any like little thought in your mind thinking that like, man, I know where Bubba's position is in the points. I know where my position is. Like you got more invested in a Bubba Wallace win than a Chase Briscoe or Christopher Bell win.
Yes. Again, my responsibilities as the team owner comes Monday through Saturday. Like, it is not up to me to get 2311 into the round of 8, if that makes any sense. That's not my responsibility. My responsibility is to get the 11 into the round of 8. I'm the driver on Sunday of that 11. Joe pays me a lot of money to make sure that car wins a championship or has a shot to. And I mean, could you imagine the outrage if I just backed off and let him have it?
Race manipulation.
Holy shit. People lose their minds. But instead, I think Bubba said it very accurately. We were going for the win. Both guys were going for the win. Did you see those last few restarts? Everybody was side drafting each other so hard. Everyone was bouncing off of everything. It's the only reason I got back in the race is the 20 and the 23 had an episode off of turn 4. Like that was my like, oh man, we're back. We got a shot. I've got data to prove it right here. I'm in the blue. I backed off early. I'm on the brakes. He's the orange. I'm the blue. Look at all my previous laps. I drove into the same spot. But unfortunately, what was different is that I entered the corner, and I can analyze this now. I have about a second to analyze this as I'm going down the backstretch. Trying to figure out. So as a driver, what I'm trying to do is figure out angles. What angle am I going to take this corner? Where's the guy beside me? All those things play a factor into how deep you can drive into a corner or how shallow you need to be or whatever. So now that I can analyze this more out of the car and look at things and see, again, while I'm in this car, in this cocoon going into turn 3, I don't even see the 23. I don't know how close he is. I don't know if he's a car width up. Is he right on my door? Those are all factors in how your car is going to take the next corner. And so there are things I would do differently. No doubt about it. Had I seen what I see now, no question, I would have backed off early because I would have thought, you know what, he's probably going to overdrive the corner, and I'll just get back by him on the exit. But man, that's Monday morning quarterbacking. I there's no way in that split second I have to make a decision. I don't know that he's right there and we have no gap between our cars. Had I known we had no gap between our cars, I would have known my car is about to go straight. But I had no way of knowing that. I did not know. And so I entered the corner the same amount to the same point I always let off. And my car went dead straight. And it's because of the aero situation that I was in. I was closer to the 23 than I had budgeted for. And unfortunately, it took us both up the track. I took him up the track. He bounced off the wall. I slowed down enough that we, gave the 9 car the win. But that is racing. And I'm not going to apologize for trying to win the race, that the 11 car was the most deserving car to win that race, without a doubt.
What's up, everybody? This is Tommy Baldwin, competition director of Rick Ware Racing. Welcome back to DBC. Freddie, how are you doing today?
So Carson has things.
Probably had a lot better of a weekend than you did. Yeah.
I mean, the weekend was really good till about the last, 20 minutes of it. But
Explain.
I think we're going to get into the meat of it when we get to spot on, spot off. But I am still Freddie Kraft. I still spot for Bubba Wallace. We still ran in the fence yesterday. And joining us today, a buddy of mine, and I kind of need him this morning because he usually knows how to lighten up the room a little bit. AJ Allmendinger, welcome to Door Bumper Clear, my friend.
Denny Hamlin ruins Bubba Wallace's chances to make the next round of the playoffs by putting him in the wall, allowing Chase Elliott to pass both of them and win. Spot on, spot off. Go ahead, Freddie.
Listen, I'm not really mad at him. I'm a little disappointed. I think if the roles were reversed, he would be rather disappointed in us as well. So, I don't really know. I mean, obviously, it's just guys racing hard. We raced the 20 just as hard the lap before, the 2 laps before that. You're pushing for everything you can. Obviously, our season is on the line there for us. We have to, we're not mathematically eliminated, but going to the Roval 20-something out with Bubba is probably not ideal. And listen, he's got to win too. He's going for 60. I think there's other going on with him that he really would like to win right now. I don't really fault him for it. And it was one of those things that he has to do something. He can't just push us down the back straightaway, and that's not fair to his 11 team. It's, if he'd be getting killed on social media today if he just pushes us down the back stretch and just follows us through 3 and 4. I think that our mindset, or at least Bubba's, looked to me like we could have obviously blocked way more aggressively down the back stretch. But I think Bubba's just said, he's got a good run. He's going to get underneath me here. We're going to go in 3 and 4 and race this thing out, and may the best man win. And unfortunately, I think it was just, pretty poor execution to, just run up into us and allow the 9 car to get by both of us. We're on his door there. It's just got, like I said, it's not. You
hit a wall a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't lying.
They're flying off of it. Yeah, they did.
I missed that part. I was in the restaurant watching on TV.
But yeah, it is what it is. It's unfortunately. You see the end result where we take 5 Toyotas in the top 5 with the white flag and let a Chevy win the race is not ideal. But I don't know. I don't know that you can tell. I wish he didn't run us in the fence. I'm sure the 20 wishes we cut him a break. So I don't know. It's hard to really be angry. It's just disappointed with the results.
Way to really go after that question.
Yeah,
Jesus,
that was
you just spent 5 minutes.
I was talking about
just
What
blubbering.
you should have said was spot on. He did ruin your chances.
He did ruin our chances. That's what it is.
Are you afraid your paycheck won't get signed if you say anything else?
Well, that's the thing. The thing is, that's what he always talks about. When he talks about racing other people, he talks about withdrawals and deposits. Well, that was a pretty big withdrawal yesterday. So if he continues to send me direct deposits, I will get over this eventually, I assume. But I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it because it did ruin our chances. It probably will ruin our chances to continue on in these playoffs. But what's he supposed to do? I don't.
Yeah. It also ruined my chances at DBC picks, but we can talk about that later. Anybody else got anything on that one?
Yeah.
Tom.
I think he had to do what he had to do. It's going for a win, right? It's going for his 60th. He just dominated the whole race, won both stages. He had the fastest lap, has a bad pit stop. He's going for a championship this year. Whether he's pushing that stuff aside or not, it's still in his mind. I don't know if did he understand how many points he was ahead already? Was he probably locked in already? Didn't have to race hard in the Roval. If someone, you don't know. If you watch yesterday with Bubba leading, how much that playoff deal just shifted, man. What could have happened? So, what would have happened if he let him win? What would the whole world be talking about? Not probably
the 100% rule, everything else would come into play.
I mean, I think he was put in a little bit of position as like, I'm going to go win this race, man, for my team, for everybody else.
I mean, at the end of the day, whether you love or hate Denny, he is who he is.
Yeah.
It's not like this was out of character in the sense of like, you know, why didn't he let Bubba win, or, you know, why did he race him so hard? Like, the guy drives as hard as he can against everybody. I mean, and that's like, obviously it was not great execution, both cars. You know, I think, I don't know, in my mind, Bubba thought he was probably going to the bottom more, because that's the one thing with this car that's unlike a truck or an Xfinity car. When you go in side by side, usually if you are pinned on the guy's door, you're just trying to worry about not getting wrecked with him because you know what you're doing. Well, these cars, when you go in side by side, it just makes both cars
tight.
As tight as can be. I mean, you saw it with the 20, right? Like, and there's nothing. Once it starts, there's no grip on both cars. And I think, I don't know, Bubba probably expected Denny maybe to go a little bit lower and not be. But once they got locked doors, it was game over. But Denny is who he is. Whether you love it or hate it, like, he doesn't change for whoever he's racing, whether it's his own car.
All right, here we are for another episode of the Dale Jr. Download, and we got a great one for an interview today. It's John Wood. So, John, I appreciate you coming through. It's good to have you on here. Son of Eddie Wood. Eddie is the oldest of Glenn Wood's children. You began working at the Wood Brothers at the age of 12. Is that right?
You must have found it somewhere.
I don't know.
It sounds about right.
I
was there at 12. I won't say I was working.
You weren't working for. So, what's your earliest memory of racing, and what your family was responsible for?
My earliest memory. It's crazy how things stick in your mind when you're a kid. But the earliest thing I remember was being at Martinsville. A friend of mine and I were throwing a baseball or a tennis ball or something, and your dad, of all people, walks past, and we hit him with the ball. Like, I mean, hit him in the nuts. I wasn't going to say that, but he just popped around the hauler and like, boom, there he was. And that just stuck in my mind, because it's like I'm at a racetrack, and here's this like almost imaginary figure, and we just hit him with a ball.
One of the things I wanted to talk to you about was social media. One of the things that I think you're really well known for is managing the Wood Brothers social media account. I can't believe that they let you do that.
Can't either, honestly, because it's, I don't know.
But at the same time, so one of the accounts that I like doing this, man, because they deserve it. There's a lot of great accounts out there, and we as an industry have learned that it's good when our accounts have personality.
Absolutely.
And one of the really good ones out there right now is RFK. They do a really solid job. I would say that you inadvertently, maybe unintentionally, were kind of on the front end of that. Being an account that could be self-deprecating, but also at the same time call out some stuff that
tell
was
it like
funny.
You see it.
Tell it like I see it.
Just tell
How
the
did
truth.
you get away with that? Because I see the Wood Brothers, in my opinion, as very conservative when it comes to, speaking out of class.
That part I got no answers for, because so at the beginning my dad was like, just don't get us in trouble. Like don't make us lose a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
That's a lot of pressure.
Like we're going to get in trouble with the law. Just be cool about it. But it started because my sister had to go to a wedding. So she was doing it prior, 2012. She had to go to a wedding. So they gave me the login information, and I'd never even used Twitter. I didn't even know what Twitter was. So I created an account for myself and then took over that one. And it was just trial by error.
Yeah.
What worked was I still don't know how to Photoshop. I don't know how to doctor up a picture, make these graphics. So that shortfall I made up with words, where I couldn't post a really cool picture and say, here's my social media graphic for the day, like it and retweet it and subscribe and whatever you do. I would come up with a phrase or a sentence or words that still got the message across.
Yeah.
And it sort of turned into well, I'll just tell it like I see it because that's just the type of person I am. I don't really know why, but Motorcraft has always been trusting, maybe, and they were our only partner for a long time. So back when this started, we were part-time. They were our only sponsor, basically, that and Ford, and they seemed to be cool with it. And yeah, go have at it. Do whatever you want to do. Just don't say cuss words, bad ones.
Yeah,
and we'll see what happens. And I would push the boundaries.
yeah,
I didn't know it at the time.
You didn't.
But like there was one time when we're at Pocono and Bubba Wallace crashes with somebody and we hit a piece of his brake rotor. So I couldn't see the crash. All I knew was what I heard on the radio that, well, we hit a piece of a brake rotor. So I tweet, I guess there was a crash or something and we hit a brake rotor. I don't know what words it was I said, but it came across as a little bit callous.
Condescending.
Because maybe because at the time Bubba might have been hurt. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like if you were in my position, you would have had no idea. So anyway, whoever it was at the time, the scumbag that ran RCR's Twitter,
Yeah.
here I am, like doing it again, called us out and like, well, at least Bubba wasn't hurt. Dude, I didn't know. Like you're on pit road just like I am.
Yeah.
You see the same stuff I see. I didn't know how hard he crashed. I got no clue. So give me an opportunity to be like, hey, sorry, I didn't know that. But they doubled down and sure, you're sorry.
Goodness gracious.
Why do this to me? Like I don't even know who it was. To this day, I don't know, and I don't want to know because I don't want to hate them.
Yeah.
But that happened.
That's hilarious.
And like it was totally no malice intent at all.
Sure.
So over time, when those things happen over and over and over and over, you kind of get like, is this worth it? Mm-hmm. Like, is it worth me getting in trouble and losing potentially my job, hurting my race team's longevity, whatever, by saying something to keep people entertained? No, it's not. So I backed off some, but the tendencies are still there.
You still have the login?
I do.
Who
And
runs it now?
my sister does a lot of it, but like all the crap you saw at Loudon, that was me.
That was you.
Yeah. Anything where you're like, whoa, that's me.
I think we can tell.
But again, I can't change it. It's just who I am, who we are, and it seems to work okay.
Hey guys, Dale Jr. and I are back in the Dirty Mo Media studio for another round of Bless Your Heart.
Dear Amy and Dale, I have identical twin daughters. They just turned 4, and they look so alike that I have lost track of who's who. My wife says it's easy to tell one has a different smile, but I don't see it. They look the same. I already feel like a horrible dad, so I started marking one with a different color hair tie or bracelet so I can tell. My wife found out I was doing this, and she's beyond mad. I can deal with the wife later. How do I fix knowing who's who?
Good Lord.
I know. I kind of understand where he's coming from, though.
I mean, they're 4, so they are pretty small.
Yeah.
Like their personalities haven't even really totally come out yet.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it should get easier. Is that your point?
So wait it out?
I feel like the hair tie thing is pretty clever.
Right?
I mean, I also understand his wife being annoyed that he can't tell them apart. But it sounds like he's spending enough time with them to do their hair. I don't know. Usually, like, if you can't tell your kids apart, it's because you're not really hanging out with them very often. Like,
Yeah.
But it sounds like he is.
My fear is he's gotten too far down the road of not knowing that he just doesn't know which ones. He doesn't have a baseline yet.
They're never going to know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. This could work in.
They're gonna
This
know.
could work in favor for the girls.
They're going to know. They're never going to know.
They're gonna know.
They're going to know.
They're gonna know. I feel like the girls are going to get older and use that to their advantage to trick their parents, especially him.
Shoot,
to get things they want.
Wouldn't
So
that be
I don't know
cool?
if this is such a bad thing for them.
Yeah. I knew twins in high school that they went to each other's classes.
There was a movie like
that.
A bunch. Yeah. And
Parent
they
Trap?
never
Yeah.
got fooled.
Yeah,
Parent Trap's another one. Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird. But listen, I've never seen 2 identical twins that were so alike that they couldn't be told apart, even like friends, kids. This poor guy just isn't paying enough attention. I guess.
Yeah.
Check out Dirty Mo Media on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok.